I received a message from a Christ Embassy insider. Let's refer to him or her as Anonymous. So Anonymous is alleging that he or she was present when the fire outbreak brought down Christ Embassy headquarters. To support his claim, Anonymous sent me some video, some close-up videos that are going to give you people a different understanding of what could have caused the fire or what Christ Embassy is hiding. My people, when I always tell you that never trust these people, now it's justified. It makes perfect sense why Christ Embassy and Chris Oyakhilome restricted journalists and media houses to have access to this crime scene. There's a lot. I'll always be vindicated. And to the Mughals that have been shouting and screaming, hey, the man of God, this, he can never do this to himself. We are going to build a new auditorium. I told you, count your teeth using your tongue. These men are con men. They can go over and beyond to just make sure that the ends will justify the means. Let me let you listen to what Anonymous said. Okay, it's via text. There goes Anonymous. Hi, Prof. X. I recently watched your video about the fire outbreak at Christ Embassy headquarters and I must confirm some of the suspicions you raised are not far from the truth on the ground. I happen to have been at the venue when the fire erupted, and indeed there are victims involved, and none were given medical attention. The few Red Cross officials on the scene were not even allowed access to the building. Is this not what we have been saying, my people? Is this not what I have been trying to make you understand? That how can there be a fire outbreak and there's no single sign of an ambulance? How is it possible? Now from this message, we are learning that there are people that were affected by this fire and they were not given any medical assistance. Why? Because Christ Embassy did not want to send that image to the world that people were affected. I raised this point that a fire outbreak of that magnitude, there is no way we cannot have a single victim. It's impossible. Did you watch the smoke that was coming from that inferno? Did you watch it? I told you that there is no way the headquarters cannot have a single man, a single soul on site. It can never be vacant. It can never be in a position whereby there's no one there loitering around or even doing some administrations. It's impossible. There were people there. But you are basing your understanding on what Christ Embassy and Chris Oyakhilome told you. Chris Oyakhilome was quick to jump to say, there are no victims. And you are running with that without even thinking or analyzing or trying to understand the facts on the table and what you witnessed and all these other anomalies that are not adding up. Journalists are being restricted access. Why? The ambulances are not present on the crime scene. Why? Media houses are not permitted to go anywhere near to record. Why? The fire brigade team, according to the eyewitness testimony, were even restricted. Why? Those are all things that you are ignoring simply because you are so brainwashed by Oyakhilome to a point that you think he's a holy man. The permed hair and the white suits confuse you. You mistake him for an angel. When the Bible was saying they will come in sheep's skin, what do you think it was referring to? A wolf will never attack you without wearing a sheep's skin. Let me continue reading what Anonymous said. I cannot say much at this point for my own safety, but please keep on raising awareness about the fire outbreak because a lot is being hidden. My main concern is the lives of people who were inside the building. My main concern is the lives of people who were inside the building. So the people that were inside the building have not yet been attended to. simply because Christ Embassy cares so much about their image that human life means nothing to them. This is deep. Anonymous goes on to say, I even recorded a few close-up videos which I was asked to delete, but I recovered them from the recycle bin. Let me know when you're online so I can send you. So I received these messages yesterday. So my curiosity was triggered when Anonymous spoke about the close-up videos, which I've already received. But I'm just waiting for Anonymous to be in safety so that we can do a proper breakdown and analysis of the content that we're restricted to look at. I'll always be vindicated. Now I do not know where the Mughals will hide. What will they say now? But my heart goes to all the people that were affected by this fire. And some people were even asking in the comments, do you think that if there's anyone that was affected, the families would not be talking loud, would not be, raising awareness? That just gets to show me that you do not know how these mafias operate. You don't know. You did not learn from TB Joshua, did you? You didn't. When TB Joshua's shrine collapsed, do you know how much he forked out to silence the families of the victims? Do you know how much he had to let out to silence and bribe them? Millions and millions of dollars. So what makes you think Chris Oyakhilome cannot do the same? The families will be silent. They'll be given huge sums of money. They'll be compensated handsomely. That their voices will be shut. You think if they are to be given 50 million naira or 100 million naira, they'll see any need to come to social media to say, my daughter, my son, my husband, or my wife was affected by that fire or they perished in that fire? They will not. And I think Christ Embassy was quick to do that damage control and to make sure that this does not get out of hand. I'll bring this to you, my people. From that inferno, is it possible that no one could be affected? Just be logical. Just from a mere observation. This is the headquarters, and this was on a Sunday morning. How possible can it be that that place was empty, that the headquarters was empty? Maybe you do not understand what headquarters mean. You don't. The headquarters, that's where all the administration is done. That's where all the key stakeholders of the shrine operate from. And you tell me there was no one, no security. That's where all the backup hard drives of victims that are going to come on the BBC documentary are being stored. In another conspiracy theory behind why the fire even was not allowed to be put off earlier is mainly because when victims come to allege that we were there on this particular day and there's probably evidence, CCTV footage evidence that can prove our presence at the headquarters when we were abused, be it by Ken Oyakhilome or any one of the pastors at Chris Oyakhilome's shrine, they will say, oh, we could have provided that evidence, but it's gone now. Because that's where all their backup data is, at the headquarters. My people, think about this. And maybe in 2 or 3 days, I'll bring you the videos and we can carry on with this conversation. We can't even demand justice for the victims because even the families wouldn't want us to. So we really do not have a leg to stand on. But the main purpose of us exposing this is so that you understand who you are dealing with. Nothing is more important than life. You wouldn't want to lose your life simply because you don't want to listen. And if you keep on going to these shrines one way or the other, you will also lose your life or your loved ones. There's no way out of it. So let me know what you think in the comments. It's Mr. PDT. I'm out.